So let's get into it. Another classic video. Now, I want to touch on two things because I know the title of the video says the truth about women and why they hate the word body count, which is true. But first, I wanted to touch on something that somebody has said. So somebody said, if you got the money, should you pay all of a woman's bill, or if you got a female that you like or dating, is it okay for you to pay all her bills? To answer the question, it's only one scenario that I would say that it's okay to pay all of a woman's bill. Literally only one. And if that's your wife, and you chose to make her, and or even if she's the mother of your kids and you want her to be a stay-at-home mom. That's the only time I can see. If you want somebody there to watch your kids, you don't want to put your kids in daycare or have other people watching them, and you got money and you got a job like that, then yeah, I would say it would be okay to let her stay at home and watch your kids while you go to work, if you can do it like that. Because that's something that I might actually do. And I said that I was going to do because I don't want nobody else raising my kids. And we know all of the stuff that goes on in the world when you just have your kids staying everywhere, here, there with this family member and friend. That's how a lot of kids get assaulted. So, yes, in that situation, if she's the mother of your kids, preferably your wife, and you want her to stay at home and take care of the kids. Now, if you don't got kids, hell no, because what is she gonna do all day? Just sit there and clean the same spot over and over? No, and we know that the idle mind is the devil's playground, especially for women. So if y'all don't got no kids, she could be, even if it's in school, she need to be doing something, working a part-time job, working from home. She need to be doing something to keep her productive. Um, so yeah, that's the only scenario. Outside of that, we already know. Hell no. Come on now. This is not 1945 or something like that. Women can work now and be doing their own thing. It makes no sense for you to pay all of a woman bill. And then especially if you're talking about like a girl that you just met, or that you just dating and she just thinks she the shit, and talking about pay all my bills, like ain't no put ain't no pussy worth paying all of a woman's bill. I'm sorry. It ain't enough sex in the world. It's not enough head in the world. It's not enough. There's not a girl who looks that good to where you about to be busting your ass, going to work, working a slave in 8 to 12 hours to help her pay all of her bills. It ain't, I haven't seen it. Like y'all let me know. And I done seen some beautiful women. I done had some good sex. And none of it was worth me paying all of a woman bill. Like, not at all. And the price of sex has went down. Thanks to women being promiscuous, which I'm about to get into next about body count and stuff. Uh, Thanks to that, a woman, like I said, the price of sex is less than $100 right now. I'm sorry to say, women don't want to hear, oh, I ain't taking less than 100. Yeah, whatever. Like I said, there's females who will. Like, never be paying no female no 500 thousands of dollars. Just no, don't do it. Like just don't do it. It's a bad investment, and after you do it, you gonna regret it, and you gonna wish you could have spent that money on something else. Like, you better off about buying a pair of shoes than the trick and spend it on a woman when it's only gonna last for, if you lucky, it'll last for 30 minutes to an hour versus some shoes that you can wear for months. Like, just think about that. And shit, but if you talking about 500 to 1,000, you can buy a couple of shoes for that. Just jack off. It saves a lot of money. I'm sorry. But no, ain't no woman worth that. And women kill me with the entitlement, thinking that they deserve that. Like, that's something exclusive for a wife, or at least somebody who you had their kids or something like that. But anyway, so getting into the title, the truth about women and why they hate the word body count. Yes, the word body count, I think that has to be the number one word that women hate. Like, it just makes them start, they skin start. It's like allergic to it. They have an allergic reaction when they hear the word body count. Like it just triggers something in their brain. Like I don't think it's no word that they hate more than body count. I swear it ain't. Because every time bring up a body counter, you see on all of these shows, and every time a woman's body count is rung up, she always you could just see the mood instantly switch. Why does that matter? And that none of your business. Like that's you could I literally seen times when women be like, I tell the truth, I don't lie, I keep it 100, and she'd be telling the truth the whole show. I think I might have seen this on like Fresh and Fit or something like that. Like, they one of their podcasts with women on there, and the whole time she telling the truth, but then as soon as body count come up, she all of a sudden, oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, I don't have to share that information, but you just said that you was an open book, though. So let's get into why that is, which we already know why that is. The reason why I'm making this video, because I got some bad news. It's news we already know, but I don't need no study, even though I didn't look at the study. But this is something I don't need to study. This is just me having my eyes open. Women body count, which we already know. I promise y'all, women body count is higher than men. Despite how much men cheat, even factor in the player men, like the men who sleep around, the men who do got multiple baby mamas and then got around, still including them. The average woman body count is crazy. I don't think y'all really sat down and really recognize and realize how the average woman body count is. Like especially. So let's get into it. This is crazy. This is why I'm about to. There's so much stuff I can get into, but this is why you can't talk to no older woman. This is why, just like my video that I posted, why men date younger women, and younger women body count is high. So, but then my whole point is that if women are already, by the time they in their 20, by 25, women got double digit bodies. So imagine what their bodies is by the time they 40, 35. That's why I said you can't date an older woman, because at least with a younger woman, she might have already then got around, but it's still like, it still haven't been a length of time to add on to that, because that 35-year-old, she didn't caught them over 10 bodies by the time she was 25. Then after 25, she didn't add on more bodies, and just, it's crazy. The only exception, and this is here or there, is if a girl was married all of them years and married, but the way women cheat now, I'm trying to tell y'all just don't understand how many married women cheat, how many women in relationships been cheated and haven't got caught. I'm telling you, I didn't been on both sides of the fence. I could tell y'all more so on the side of being the side dude. Like once I realized the truth about women, because I was unfortunate not to have a real father figure or nobody to really break it down for me. So of course, you know how that is. Being raised by your mother and thinking that every woman is like your mother, because my mom was married and with the same man for 17, 18 years. So I didn't see like my mom would just be like that. But then, of course, my mom wanted to be a woman and a respectful woman. So she taught me how to respect women. And, you need to treat women nice. And you need to, buy them flowers and treat, and all of that nice stuff that women say that they want, that we know that don't work, that we know that don't work. But so I had to figure out trial and error myself and figure out the truth about women. And the truth ain't good. So, yeah, because, I was going to make a video on this, and I still might touch it more onto it, about my experiences with dealing with girls who have boyfriends. And luckily, I never dealt with no woman that was like legally married, luckily. All the girls that I have dealt with, they just ended up having boyfriends or long-term relationships. And most of the time, no, I didn't know about it. And that's the thing, because I'm one of them dudes, like still to this day, to where I ask the woman if you have a boyfriend or not. And if she says she do, I'm not one of them dudes, oh, we can be friends. Like, no, I'm not trying to mess with you while you messing with somebody else. So yeah, so I'm not even that type of dude. It just so happened, women be lying. Women be lying. So many times, and then I'm trying not to get into the story because that's a whole nother video. But but it's been times where I didn't knew that a woman was lying to me, and she still, continue to lie. Like I'm like, you got to be talking to somebody. Like it's not stuff not adding up. Like I'm not dumb, and I know the signs of a cheater and the signs of cheating also. Like they ain't hard to spot either. But she just keep lying. No, I'm not talking to nobody just for me to have a dude texting or calling my phone. Like, how the hell did this dude even get my phone number? Oh, he went through your phone. How the fuck is he going through your phone if you ain't with this dude and you probably sleep 9 times out of 10 when he going through your phone? So you sleeping with this dude, spending the night with this dude, but he not your boyfriend. But anyway, getting back into the body count. Yeah, y'all just don't understand how women is out here in the all of the because this is how you have to look at it. Women, like Chris Rock said, been offered sex since they was teenagers, since we was in high school, especially if she looked good. You know how many dudes been offering and throwing her sex, and then a lot of times she's not turning it down. Women do turn down sex a lot. That's why they can, because of the volume of just how much they get offered. But you crazy to think that they turn it down everybody. And then once they get a boyfriend, see, it goes a lot of ways. Either one, she gets a boyfriend, and we know goes to my what I always say is that women is horrible at choosing men. So she ended up choosing the wrong dude. He ended up cheating on her. And then we know most women like to play that tit for tat. Instead of just breaking up, she want to get her get back and cheat and sleep around. So then that's how she find herself messing with two dudes, the new dude, and we know that women monkey branch, like I said, so they always line up your replacement, but they don't lead a relationship fully. So she'll be sleeping with the new dude, seeing how he is, then still sleeping with her ex. That goes together. Then when you factor in, we know, then getting into them young bodies, I've seen it firsthand plenty of times. Women sleeping at the college days and the party days. We know women didn't have they one night stands drunk and just slept with a dude just on some spontaneous stuff. Every woman, I don't care what you say, majority nine out of 10 women, because I do think that there's like 1% of women, or a very small percentage of women who you know, was like, stayed in the house, like the actual real lame girls who never went to parties, never went outside, didn't have no friends, or that was, married, religious, and was married to one dude, or just stayed with one dude. Like there is a very small percentage. I don't act like there's an all in anything. I know that there's not. I know that there's a small percentage of women who probably do have who have managed to have a low body count and haven't slept around. But like I said, it's that 1 out of 9 out of 10, literally 9 out of 10 women then had a one night stand, or just a drunk moment, or a spontaneous moment, or slept with a dude on the first date. Like every woman and the funny part is that a lot of women got multiple situations. Like a lot of women, like most of these women, I would say like 7 or 8 out of 10 out of the 9 out of 10, then had multiple one night stands, multiple times sleeping with a dude on the first date. And then I would say a good 7 out of 10 women then cheated before. I'm telling you, it just is what it is, regardless of all of the reasons that there is. If it's just a spontaneous, just, oh, oops, it happened at a party, but most of the time it's gonna be like I said, because women like the monkey branch, and women, like the video that I made also, women want two men. And that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. And that's the number one thing that I notice about women. Women want the stability, they want the husband, and they want, like, the guy that's gonna provide, but then they also want that bad boy who not gonna give them attention, who gonna slut them out and all of that. Like that's what women really the two men that women really want. And not and majority of the time she can't find that both of them things in one man. And if she do, that dude gonna have options. That's why women can't. That's why I be saying I do feel for women. I do understand, like, y'all really do got it hard, because it's like pick your poison for y'all. It really is, because the dude that y'all want always gonna be a dude that other women want. And most men is not gonna be with one woman and can control his urges. Then it's two. like I always say, most of y'all overvalue yourself. So y'all want this guy that has everything, but why would he want you? There's nothing special about you when this dude can have other women. So it just like, like that's what y'all don't get. But like I always say, most women need to deal with the average dude or take some stuff off their list. Like stop looking for the perfect guy. Stop being superficial. But yeah, but anyway, so that ends up happening. And then, like I always say too, women are accessible to game. That's another thing that I noticed. Like a dude can talk your girl away, especially, and this is why I always say that the number one time that women cheat is when y'all going through it. And every relationship have ups and downs. But this is why I tell men, if y'all get into it a lot or y'all not on good terms, most women, because they emotional, can't control their emotion, they lining up your replacement. And that's how it happens a lot of the time. Like the women that I have dealt with that had a man, come to find out a lot of the times they was going through it or they'd be arguing a lot, but she still wouldn't, because women don't like, that's why it's monkey branching. Women don't like to hop to the next branch until they let go of the when you monkey, but when you swinging from branches or whatever, like Tarzan or a monkey or something, you always got one hand on the one behind you and then one hand on the one in front of you. And then you don't move the other hand off of that one until you got a firm grip onto the one that's in front of you. And that's what women try to do. They wait until they got the firm grip, like, okay, I can really be with this guy, and this guy is what I want, before they let go of the previous guy. Like that's one of the number one things that I learned about women, and I don't care what no woman, what nobody say. If you know the game, you know the truth. Like, well, I don't know who coined the phrase, because I didn't heard this years ago, but that monkey branching stuff is real. Women always lining up your replacement. I'm telling y'all, women are never single, and that goes to the body count thing too. Also, why they sleep around. Women are never single. Like the men definition of single, like we'll really be single, like nobody at all to talk to, phone drive, we can't even talk to somebody if we want to. Women definition of being single is that they just not in a relationship, or they got a bunch of dudes that they don't like that. But it's always somebody in a picture. A woman always got somebody that she can call for some deed, some money, or to fix something, like, oh, I need my oil change, or I need this lifted. Women always got that in their arsenal. I don't care what they say. But and that would lead them to sleeping around a lot. Then also a big reason is that, which is bad for women. And this is something that I haven't heard nobody else say before me. So this is my own thing, even though somebody might have said it, but I haven't heard nobody say this, is that women, unfortunately, y'all looked at as sexual objects. It is what it is. And women know this. Women know that men want to have sex with them, and that's the main reason for men hanging with them. So a lot of women think that and know that they have to put out in order to keep a man. Like, oh, if I don't give him sex, he gonna stop talking to me. And that is messed up from a female point of view, because women can feel like they rushed into sex, because if I don't do it right now, then he's not going to stick around. So that's what gets women to sleep with a lot of dudes, because she end up giving it up because she don't want to lose them, but then she end up losing them anyway, or the dude don't really like her like that, or she find out he do got a girl or playing her, then she got to go to the next dude, but then the next dude gonna want to sleep with her too, so she had to end up putting out fast again. So it kind of like hurts the woman, especially in today's time, to where everything is fast paced and everybody dating everybody, and there's social media and dating apps, to where it's like, and especially because of the red pill, red pill didn't help and kind of destroy women also, because now men know, like, we not waiting no 3 dates and 90 days, like all of that's over with. It's like, if we ain't sleeping with you quick in the first like 2 dates, or when we meet you, most of the time the first day we out of there. So women know that, so it can be hard for women to really, like, it get them caught up in a place where they feel like they have to put out, or they're not going to be able to get a man. So that's what happens a lot. So all of this end up contributing to women just sleeping around a lot. And then also, women don't like to admit, but like I'll be saying, like, women get horny just like men do. A lot of times women be liking sex just as much as men. They just don't like to admit it. So knowing that, and knowing that it's easy to get sex, because you got to think, if they get horny, they got their hormones. It's just like eating. If you hungry and you got access to all the food that you want, you gonna eat. And that's how women is. So well, women still got hormones to where they get horny. So and they always got somebody that they can sleep with. So it's always there. Like women don't have to watch porn or do none of that if they don't want to, like how men have to do. So you gotta think about as a man is that imagine if you just had access to sex whenever you wanted. You gonna have a lot of sex. And then women, I would say they don't have testosterone to where they are not as sexually driven as men is. But still, even if you say that they have, which is not even it's not even that much, but let's say that even if they have, like they don't desire sex as much as men, like cut it in half as much as men do. That's still a lot when you got access to it half of the time you want to. You know, like when it's always there, so you still hitting batting 100 almost every time. So you still got to think about that. Then, like I said, when you start adding up all of these years of multiple relationships, then we know, especially most women who haven't been married and stuff like that, you guys think they've been dating and on the dating scene, dating multiple partners, like it just goes together. Then women don't like to count, like I was saying, like the dudes that was the one night stands and that just happened, which women do have. And then even if a woman say that, because women like to say they was in a relationship for a long time, but you always have to ask, was it off and on? And did y'all break up? Because I guarantee you, most women, especially in today's how today's society is, if she been with a dude, let's say 5 years, but they was off and on sometimes and broke up. She done had some dudes in them 5 years. I promise you. I didn't know that all these women who be talking about they in long-term relationships, when things wasn't going good or something like that, you know, periods throughout that 10-year relationship, she done dated and seen other dudes. It's rare to find a woman who was with a dude 5, 10 years and only with him the entire time. Like it just that's just not what's happening. I'm telling you. But yeah, that's just some of the reasons why I say, women body count is high. And then this is lastly, for the men who say body count don't matter, and the men that try to say, oh, I don't care what she did before me, and stuff like that. The most men who say this is just talking about sleeping with the girl. Are you talking about this for your wife? That's what I be wanting to ask when I ask men. Are you saying that you don't care how many men your wife slept with, or a girl just period that you just kicking it with? Because if you just kicking it with it, yeah, none of us care. When we bring up body count, we not talking about women that we just casually dating and just trying to hit. We talking about like our girlfriend or our wife. Now, if you saying you don't care how many guys your wife just slept with, that's on you. That's crazy to me. It couldn't be me, because I look at it like this, like, okay, you say that, but then, okay, if your woman slept with 50 men, that's a football team, including the bench. She just slept with the whole starting roster, the bench players, and the practice squad players, and a couple coaches. Like, like you telling me that you okay with your wife having that many, a whole football team, basically what it is. Slept with her, they did all type of freaky stuff with her, and then now you coming and none of these 50 men married her, but you the one that married her. That don't make you wonder, why would you the one that marry her when these other dudes didn't want to marry her? You got to look at that. So that's why I be saying, like, you crazy to say that you don't care about that for your wife. Even if she slept, like some people be saying, even if she slept with like 12 men, that's a whole NBA team, the bench and the starters. Like, so you okay with the whole Lakers team sleeping with your girl, your wife? Long as this would be for you though. Like, no, we got to have more standards. I'm sorry. And as far as women go, like I said, I understand y'all break. That's why I say that women do have it hard a lot of times. That's why when dudes, y'all, everything is a gift and a curse. Women, y'all got y'all advantages and disadvantages. This is what I be telling men, all of you men who be like, oh, women got it better and I wish I was a woman and men got it so hard. Like, we got it hard in certain areas, but they got it hard in certain areas also. And like I always say, I wouldn't want to be a woman. I'm sorry, that's why I give it to women. Despite because we know the privilege of women is that y'all get stuff handed to you. The laws is in y'all favor. Y'all got simps, telling you that y'all beautiful and paying y'all bills and sending y'all money. Y'all get into the club for free. Y'all get all of the perks, especially if you look good. But then on the flip side, why I say is that I'm not trying to deal with being seen as a sexual object. And that's why I feel for women, because y'all know, like, y'all value is how y'all look. So if you are ugly or a not attractive girl, I can see you suffer from low self-esteem because and having a hard time because that's what you valued on versus a man. Even if you are ugly man, you can get money. So the equalizer, or you can become a great talker or funny, and develop your social skills, and you'll still get women if you got game and know how to talk to them despite not being attractive or not having a lot of money. But for women, for the most part, it's strictly on how you look. So that's kind of messed up for women. And then, like I said, y'all looked at it as sexual objects. So y'all know every man just, trying to sleep with y'all. And then y'all got to try to figure out if he want to do more than just sleep with y'all or not. But like that's risky for real. Like, because like I said, in this era, it's like, you got to balance, because y'all know if y'all don't put out, y'all going to lose a lot of men or whatever. So, that's why I said it really does goes both ways. But I wouldn't want to be seen as a sexual object. And then on top of getting pregnant and the rest of becoming a single mother, having to deal with a dude who lied to you and then got you pregnant and left. Like, so it is a lot of stuff that women have to deal with for real. Um, but yeah, for me, like, you just like, that's me, and you just gotta accept it. Like, if if you want to get, if a woman, because I guess the only scenario would be like, what if you met the perfect woman and she's feminine and she good and all that, but she used to be, her body count is high, which a lot of people say, okay, you can't tell somebody body count anyway. You can't, but then you can, because I always say, like, and that's the problem with dealing with a woman with a high body count, and why I would say that you can't, the saying of you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. To me, that's a true saying. I don't care what y'all say, and that showed the most when Kanye married Kim Kardashian. I'll never forget that when he married her. I'm like, Kanye, you an idiot. Like, why you gonna turn a known 304 into a wife? And look what ended up happening to her. She ended up leaving him and then sleeping with this other dude publicly in like less than a month. Like, that's what hoes do. And then, and it goes to the tendencies, because there's something called whole tendencies. And then women who just slept around a lot, this what I noticed also, they quick to leave relationships, they quick to break up, they quick to move on. Like, like they show traits of somebody who just slept around and emotionally damaged. Then you got to think is that a girl who just slept around has no problem with opening her legs to another man, because she done did it before. Y'all don't think about that. Like, if she done slept with 50 guys, she used to meeting a guy and opening her legs, versus somebody who don't have a body count, who's not that comfortable with sleeping with dudes like that and sleeping with different dudes. If she got a body count of 3 and all of them was her boyfriends, she could be used to getting to know the guy. Versus a girl who got like 50, 100 bodies, she didn't have one night stands, all type of stuff. So it's easier for her to cheat on you and to move on, because it's nothing new to her. You got to think about that also. And then, like, it's a lot of stuff that come with, the whole tendencies, a lot of them like dressing, provocative. A lot of them like, twerking and just doing whole stuff, like going to the clubs, like, all of them type of things that comes with that character and that lifestyle. And then, especially if you believe in soul ties, if you believe in that, then how can you want to sleep with a woman who been with a lot of men? Like, it don't make sense. And women, like I said, I understand why y'all don't care. Y'all, like I said, women, y'all just want to be able to have y'all fun, sleep with the ain't shit dudes, and then get a good husband and a good man at the end of the day. And I mean, I can get it if I'm y'all, but y'all gotta understand, for a good man, why would we want to do that and settle for that? Like, that don't make sense. And then women, y'all don't understand is that the number one thing that y'all gotta value is y'all sex and having children. Them the two things that you can give to a man. So if you giving a man your if you gave another man kids, and this is why a lot of men, and I'm one of them, who don't want to date women with kids, is because the greatest gift that you can give to a man is a kid, and you done gave that to 2, 3 dudes already. Like, there's no value there no more. And women need to start looking at it like that. Like, y'all value is y'all beauty, y'all youthfulness, and y'all fertility, able to have kids. So knowing that you should put the most value on yourself when you're younger. And this is what messes women up, because when y'all younger, y'all just want to have fun and sleep with whoever. But then when y'all get older, now y'all want to put value and know y'all worth and all of that. But then y'all value then decrease because y'all not young and y'all done had kids. Like, it's like women don't understand that. And this is what I would just tell younger women, and older women need to start telling younger women so y'all can stop making mistakes. Like, stop this thinking like there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, there is for some, because there's no all in anything, but for majority, it's not. There's not a line of men that's lining up to marry and to get with the 45, 40-year-old woman with 3 kids, and that's been around. Like, like it's not a lot of men. And then we know that most of the time it's not the men that you want. It's the lower value men who have to take what they can get. And that's what it be also. A lot of men just will sleep with anything, and they so pressed to get a woman that they will take any woman. They don't put no value or no standards on what they want. Y'all got to remember that also. And just because you got dudes in your inbox and talking to you, don't mean that they not just trying to sleep with you. That's another thing that women, I still don't understand why women don't understand. Just because you got dudes hitting on you all day and in your inbox don't mean nothing. When majority of these dudes just want to sleep with you, they not trying to be with you for real. And I'm out.